Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hiba.
And I'm Zaid,
You're listening to Diary of a Matchmaker.
a podcast that will take you into our world as matchmakers.
We'll share our experiences and offer advice for the single Muslim.
So let's dive in.
Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to another episode.
Assalamu alaikum.
So today we're taking a short break from our series discussion about nikah contracts. But we will go back to it in the next episode, inshallah. But why are we taking a break?
You tell me. This topic is your idea.
It was my idea, actually. I think it came to me maybe about 2 weeks ago. And it was just, actually the funny thing is it came to me while I was praying. Now I remember.
Usually the best ideas come to us while
Right?
praying or while in the shower.
Oh, yes. I don't know, shaitan has a way of activating our creativity during salah.
Subhanallah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the more I just thought about Layla, who, for you guys that don't know, that's our daughter. Alhamdulillah, she just turned 8 weeks just a few days ago. And the more I thought about her, my mind just naturally started to drift way, way into the future. And I just started thinking about marriage for her. I don't know why.
It's so crazy. She's 8 weeks old. We're already thinking about marriage.
Right?
That's the matchmaker's brain.
Exactly, right? Like, as a matchmaker, you can't help to think about this stuff, especially when you have a daughter yourself.
Yeah.
So I kept thinking about who would I let my daughter marry? What would the criteria be? How picky would I be? Would I turn into those parents that I hated when I was trying to get married? Would I turn into the person that I despised? Or would I be more flexible? And obviously, I think at least my views are definitely going to evolve and change as Layla gets older, as time goes on. But as it stands now, I don't know. I mean, there's just so much to unpack. So much to unpack.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let's start with the criteria.
Okay.
Like, do you have a set criteria in mind? Like, if Layla turned 18 today,
Yeah.
right? And she came
Oh,
up to
God.
you.
This would mean I'm in my 50s.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that.
And so Layla's 18. She comes up to you and says, you know, there is a guy that I've been speaking to for some time. And he seems interested in me. I kind of like him. What would be the next step for you?
What would be the next step for me? Tell me more.
Okay.
How long has this been going on?
Okay.
Why didn't you feel that you can come and talk to me about it in the beginning?
Okay.
Because hopefully, I hope that the way we are going to bring her up is in a way that she would feel like we are the first person she wants to talk to about anything.
Right. And I kept thinking about that. And you know where my mind went towards?
What?
Musa alayhi salam's story.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
ideally, hopefully, we have that same relationship that Musa alayhi salam's wife had with her father.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
And if you guys don't know the story, we dedicated an entire episode. It's the only proposal mentioned in the Quran, so check out that episode.
You know, this reminds me of something. A friend mentioned the other day. Funny enough, her name is Layla as well. She told me one thing you should always remember as your daughter is getting older, make her really hate lying. Make her not want to lie to you about anything. Even if she messes up, you want her to come and tell you. You will give her a listening ear. And you might get angry, you might get mad, you might even punish her, but it's all coming from a place of love. But you don't want her to hide things from you or lie to you about it.
That's tricky. That's really tricky. Because on the one hand, that you don't want to create a relationship where she doesn't feel distrust, but at the same time, how can you do that without bearing in mind that if she does something wrong, there has to be consequences, whether that's punishment or something else.
So, like, when she understands that these consequences are not coming from a place of, like, hatred, I'm not taking revenge on you. Like, I want you to learn. I want you to do better. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to help you. Then, okay, maybe punishment, remove the punishment part. So if we do a good job bringing her up, feeling like she's our friend, we are her friends, we're listening ears, there's nothing to be scared of, then when there's a guy who shows interest in her, she's going to come to us straight and tell us about it, not after like 3 months.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to that point.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what the teenage years are going to be like.
Oh, God.
Right? I've never had a sister. My dad never had sisters. So this is kind of foreign territory for me.
Uncharted territory.
Yes, uncharted territory. That's the word.
Yeah.
Okay, but going back to the original question, so your response would be asking those series of questions. How long has it been going on? Why haven't you brought it up to me? Et cetera, et cetera. But let's say we get past that. How would you go about meeting the guy? What would the next step be? Would you tell him, okay, he needs to call me and come over to my house and meet me? Would you go meet the guy at their house?
Not necessarily. Like it doesn't matter who comes to whom, but
Yeah.
the important thing is I want to meet the guy.
Okay.
And I want to, not to interview him, but I want to know what his intentions are. I want to
Okay.
see if he's a good guy, if he's genuine, or if he's just wasting your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What about you?
So she comes up to me. She says, there's a guy that's been talking to me and stuff. So yeah, I would ask the same series of questions. And I would say that I want to meet the guy and tell him to give me a call. Tell him to give me a call. Come over. Now, I feel like I'm turning into those parents I hated.
Exactly, because you would always say that this puts so much pressure on the guy, and
Not necessarily. What I would hate is that when girls would say, when girls would not take initiative and say, you need to call my dad, right? But in this situation, Layla's coming up to me and introducing the guy to me, and hopefully he's a good guy. Otherwise, why would Layla mention the guy to me? Otherwise, she would end it right there with the guy if he's not a good, suitable match, right?
Yeah.
Logically speaking.
Right.
So the fact that she's brought it up to me says, like, even though she hasn't said it yet, to me, that's a sign that she's also interested too.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So that, I mean, there's no room for ego in these situations. So I guess I shouldn't play, who's got the bigger ego, who should call first. Should I call him first? Or should he call me first? But regardless,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right? So by me saying, okay, he needs to call me and come over to my place, that's kind of me demonstrating my ego a bit. But regardless, yes, the first step is definitely meeting the guy. I don't need to meet the family and stuff, which is something that I would hate. Because why meet the entire family, the uncles, the grandparents, the extended family? There's no need for all of that. It's just the first meeting.
Yeah.
You don't even need to meet the parents. You need to meet the guy.
Yeah.
That's the most important part. So
Yeah.
yes, I want to meet the guy.
I would also ask her, what do you like about him? So if I notice from her answers is, oh, mom, you should see how he dresses. He's so handsome. He's so smart. Like, she's complimenting circumstantial things. Then I know she's lacking maturity. Maybe she's not ready for this.
And
But if
18
she
is a pretty
mention-
young age.
But if she mentions that, mom, he's very polite. He always, keeps boundaries. I see him always engaged with the MSA. I see him at the musalla or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I think the one thing that I would want to see is after, let's say, assuming I invite him over to my place, I would intentionally invite him in the evening
Around the Isha time.
or Maghrib time
Or
and have him lead Maghrib Salah.
First, see if he prays.
Okay.
Maybe he's not going to get up to pray at all.
Well, there you go. The fact that the guy's not getting up to pray, that is a huge red flag for me.
Yeah.
Right? So I would love to invite him over to my place, and I would intentionally invite him at Maghrib time or close to Maghrib time and just see, number one, if he does get up for prayer. And number two, if he does get up, I would strongly push him to lead the Maghrib prayer.
God, how nerve-wracking would that be?
Hey, getting married is a nerve-wracking process. I've been through it. Generations before have been through it. But there are certain deal breakers that I have.
Of course.
And it's not like I'm asking the guy to show me his paycheck and prove that he earned 6 figures. All you got to do is just get up, lead Maghrib Salah, say Surah Fatiha, Surah Ikhlas. Just make sure you have some decent pronunciation in the way you're saying the surahs. And there you go. I don't have like some unreasonable criteria.
He needs to show you ijaza.
I'm not saying that alone qualifies.
Of course not. But that's the bare minimum.
That's the bare minimum. I mean, come on, you are going to be the leader of my daughter, right? And if you can't lead Salah, then what the hell are you good for?
This reminds me of something.
Yeah.
I have a dear friend.
Yeah.
She was interested in her, funny enough, cousin,
Mm-hmm.
she got to know him and whatever. And the guy wasn't praying. And her father put his foot down. He said, I'm not giving you away to a guy who doesn't pray. So the guy started praying.
Really?
But turned out to be the worst personality ever. Abusive. They ended up getting divorced. So
Now,
You
you're
don't
not going
want
to say there's a correlation
no,
between
no,
the two.
no. I'm saying you don't want to put the salah condition, like if he doesn't pray, then you put that as a condition, and then he's just praying for the sake of marrying your daughter. Because, like I said, it's a bare minimum, but it's not everything.
Yeah, definitely. That's one deal breaker that I personally have.
Yeah.
What's
me
a deal
too.
breaker for you?
Me too. Prayer. Smoking.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give my daughter to a guy who's smoking, especially if he's not showing any effort to quit.
Okay.
If he's like working on himself, he's, I don't know, following a program, he tries, he fails, he goes back. But if he's so comfortable with this lifestyle, then no.
Now, my question is, are there any other values or qualities that you feel would be strong enough to overshadow that?
Like, I don't know, he could be a hafiz or something, but no.
Hafiz, he could be earning great money, well educated, he could have a PhD in
No,
something.
no, you know why? First of all, not to mention that there's already a disagreement about it, if it's haram or not. Let's put that aside.
Put that aside, yeah.
It's a filthy habit, unhealthy. I don't want my daughter ending up a widow at an early age. She's going to be inhaling those smokes he's smoking. Her children, future children, will be inhaling that too. He's wasting his money he could be spending on his family or giving to charity on this filthy habit. So no, that's a deal breaker for me.
Wow. And what if Layla says, I love this guy, he's the one,
Then if
I
he
want
loves,
to marry him?
Then if he loves you enough, he's gonna try to quit. Who does he love more, you or his cigarettes?
Yeah, that's tough.
So
God
I
forbid
wouldn't
we get
like
to a point
like I wouldn't force her, like, no, you can't marry this guy. No, it's all like through communication and explaining to her the repercussions of marrying a smoker. And I don't know, if at the end of the day she decides she wants to do it, even though she knows the risks that come with it, for her, for her children, for their finances.
you would eventually give the green light if she keeps insisting?
What is the alternative? Her marrying a non-Muslim?
Oh my God. Ya tu khu yaksir mukhu.
Good timing.
Good timing.
No, but I mean, I would strongly disencourage her.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, smoking, somebody who doesn't pray or doesn't make an initiative or doesn't know how to pray.
You know what? Let's make a distinction between two things. When we say, this is a guy I wouldn't let my daughter marry. So let's make a distinction between putting my foot down and saying, I will not attend this wedding, I will not bless this wedding, I'm not a part of it. And between, I would highly discourage her, and I'm not going to be a big fan of the guy, but I won't stop her in her way.
Okay, so yeah, deal breaker for me is prayer. Strongly discourage smoking. I think we align on those two things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the big one that everybody loves to talk about, education. What would your expectations be if a guy is sincerely interested in marrying Layla?
Education in itself is not a criteria for me.
Okay.
It's ambition, what I care about.
Okay, elaborate.
So he could be, I don't know, a high school graduate, but he's very smart, he's very ambitious, and he's working on something. He has a flourishing business, or he's working on a project, or he might be, I don't know, he might be very smart with numbers, with money. He's an investor.
Okay.
He has a family business.
I think I agree with you there, because for me, at least the way education has turned within the past 10, 15 years, number one, it's ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is out in the East, but here in the West, I mean, on average, you're looking at 60K plus. And if you're going for a professional degree, you're looking at six-figure loan, debt for God knows how many years, etc. So putting the cost aside, I feel that most skills, with the exception of things like becoming a doctor or engineers, lawyers, whatever, that require professional certifications, most skills can be required through other means, right? Whether it's becoming an IT professional, whether it's becoming a craftsman, a content creator.
Craftsman, exactly. What's wrong with craftsman?
Nothing.
Nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You know how much plumbers charge? Like, Crazy amount.
Right. And then these like apprenticeships or training programs are like a year, 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And you don't need to take a 6-figure loan to become these different professions.
So what I care about is ambition and the want and the desire to grow and spend on his family and be in a good financial situation.
Right. And now at the same time, on the flip side, we're not saying that the guy can be illiterate. Like, of course, when you say an educated
high
person,
school graduate at least.
right. So you mentioned that ambition is one of the most important things that you're looking for, more so than education.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So let's play a scenario.
Sure.
Guy is 25. He dropped out of university, and he dropped out because he had an idea that he wanted to pursue. And to make ends meet, he's Ubering, he's working at Pizza Hut, he's doing kind of dead-end jobs to make ends meet. And he's coming to meet you, and he's really interested in Layla, but doesn't have a stable job at the time. How would you feel about this?
So is he currently working on his great idea? Or is he just is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just needs time.
I would see how serious he is about it. Is he just like, I don't know, he wakes up at noon, he works on his laptop for like 2 hours, and then he goes, takes a nap. So I want to see how serious he is about this idea of his.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can even help him and support him if I believe in it, if I see the potential. And I wouldn't like give him I wouldn't like have the nikah the following day. I would like consider him and all of that, but then I wouldn't not allow them. I don't like to use this word allow and prevent and prohibit, but I wouldn't encourage them to actually have the nikah until it takes off a little bit. So I know that there is some stability, some reassurance.
Okay, but what if Layla comes to you and said, Mom, I'm working, alhamdulillah, I have a decent job, I can support, you feel comfortable moving forward if Layla is saying that, she can make ends meet and provide financial stability?
Well, there are other factors. Does he have a plan B?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, then no, I wouldn't encourage her. How many people start businesses with the grand ideas and ambition, but it just doesn't pan out.
Yeah.
Not because they were lazy, not because they did anything wrong. It's just like wasn't meant to be. So if he doesn't have a plan B, is she gonna be the sole provider for the rest of their lives? Does he have another thing he wants to pursue? So if I see that he doesn't have a plan B, he's still in the beginning stages, his idea hasn't been proven yet, then I would encourage her to wait.
Now the trouble with that is they could already be at a stage where if you further prevent them from getting their nikah done, God forbid, there could be some haram that could take place.
So that's why I said I don't like to use these words prevent and allow. I would never like put my foot down and prevent her and say like, I don't know, consider me not a part of your life if you pursue this and all of that, those extremes. I would never do that unless she wants to marry a non-Muslim or a Muslim by name. Or someone who will 100% lead her to destruction. Besides
that last one's a bit subjective, though.
No, like, I don't know. The guy is abusive.
Right.
In that case, yeah, I will put my foot down.
Okay.
But all of the rest, like he's lazy, he's smoking, I would highly discourage her. But I would never like say, you can never do, I will disown you if you do this, because we're opening the doors to haram.
Right. So basically, going back to how we were talking about it before, the deal breakers for you are somebody who doesn't pray, somebody who, obviously, if the guy's a non-Muslim, somebody who's verbally abusive. So all the normal red flags that any parent would say no to.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's try another scenario.
Okay.
The guy is great. He checks all your boxes, but the parents are a slight problem.
Are they a problem for me or for Layla?
I don't know. That's for Layla to decide. She has to tell us, like, is she getting along with the parents? How are they to her? How are they treating her? And then is the possible scenario of her moving in with her husband?
So that's what I was
living
gonna
with
say.
her in-laws?
So if the guy is great and they're both on the same page, but his parents hate her, for example. If they hate us, if she's fine with them, if they like her, I don't have a problem with that. But if they hate her, then I want to know, Does the guy know how to put boundaries?
Nobody would say they hate their daughter-in-law. I mean, that's kind of a strong word. Why would they
Like they
accept
are
her if they hate her?
no, so they're not accepting her. The guy
Okay.
is going against his parents' will.
Oh, okay. Come on, that's a deal breaker then. Like, why would we even let the marriage go forward?
Because he doesn't need his parents' permission to marry her.
Okay, then we would be nipping that in the bud from the beginning, right?
So that's why I said I want to see if he knows how to put boundaries, if he knows how to protect my daughter.
Yeah, this is a
From
recipe
there.
for a disastrous
Yes.
marriage already.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have a great relationship with them at all.
Mhm.
He knows what awful people they are. So I'm not going to judge him based on his parents. But if he's talking about moving in with them and they hate her, then of course not.
Yeah, that would be a very tricky situation, for sure. No doubt. Let's say he has a past.
Oh, God.
That's a tough one.
Why did you have to bring this up? That's tough. Okay, why don't you tell me?
So when we talk about a past, there are a whole range of things that could come up, from committing zina to possibly having an STD to, I don't know, doing jail time, being addicted to drugs. What else?
I think those are the major ones.
Those are the major ones. And the bigger question is Layla okay? Like, hopefully we've raised a mature, smart, wise girl who would take these things into consideration and understand that these choices that the guy's made, even though they were at a previous chapter in his life, could have possible potential issues in the future in their relationship.
Okay. For example, Malcolm X. He spent time in jail, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And look who he turned to be. One of the greatest leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is I'd really hate to judge somebody based on who they used to be.
Right.
Like, just because we were fortunate enough by, like, Allah's tawfiq not to fall into certain sins, it doesn't mean... And also, some people had it difficult growing up. They maybe come from difficult backgrounds. Maybe they had, I don't know, abusive parents. So I'd really like to think that I'm not going to be the judgmental type. And if you keep blocking the path for people with a past, then we are just leading them into that path again.
That's true.
So I want to see who this person is right now.
Yeah.
Let's say he used to drink.
Oh boy.
How long has he been sober for? Does he still have a support system? Like, I wanna know where he is right now. He served time, for example. For what? Is it because, I don't know, he raped a child, or is it exact? So it depends. Or was it like, I don't know, what is the word for people who steal at shops?
Burglary?
No, like when they are shopping, they shoplifting.
Yeah.
Like, there's a huge difference between them, right? Yeah.
So you would judge each case on their own accord.
Yeah, where he is right now. Why did he share this information? Did he mention it while gloating, or did he mention it in a remorseful way? Like, this is who I used to be. I'm a completely different person now. I've taken accountability. I've paid my dues. All of that.
That's a good point, because people don't really get looked at as who they are in the present sometimes, because I went through that. And many of the questions that I would get asked when I was getting married was, okay, when did you come into the country? Who are your parents? Why were you in the country illegally for so long? Et cetera, et cetera. Like, everything related to my past. Or sometimes questions related to the future, right? Nothing about the present. So are you pursuing medicine? Where are you going to be in the next 10, 15 years, right? Like, everything about the future and nothing about the present. So that's a good point, that we have to take people as they are and not who we want them to be or not who they were. I think the part that doesn't get enough attention is that we have to be more trusting of our children. Like, yes, we are their guardians. We have more maturity and wisdom than them, but if we've done our job, then we have to trust that they're making the right choice also.
Yeah.
And hopefully we raise our children in a way that we have developed that trust and that we can trust them to make the right decisions
Yeah.
for themselves.
Unless there's like a glaring red flag.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let me ask you this. Would you let your daughter marry, our daughter, marry a guy who has mental health issues? Not had, still has.
So what kind of mental health issues are we talking about? Is it...
He's schizophrenic, for example.
No.
Hmm.
No.
But he is taking the drugs. He's...
If it's under control, then I don't know. I don't think so. No. Because some of these things I've seen or heard about through family members,
Yeah.
and it's really impacted the marriage severely. So I would highly discourage Layla from moving forward in a relationship like that, but it wouldn't be a deal breaker for me.
Wouldn't be?
Would not be.
Okay. So you mean
Yeah.
you wouldn't like put your foot down as
No.
Okay.
So I might be contradicting what I just said, but the more I think about it, I don't think it would be a deal breaker, but it would fall into the category of a highly discouraged.
Okay.
But let's take these scenarios a step further.
Okay.
Layla is 27, 28. You know, she's getting to that age where we know as matchmakers, marriage becomes more and more difficult when you're a girl,
Yeah.
right? We've seen it.
Yeah.
And not only is she not pursuing marriage or even considering the idea of marriage, but she tells you, I'm content with my life. I don't need a partner. Alhamdulillah, I volunteer in the community. I'm starting a charitable organization and I'm content with my life and I don't feel like I need a partner. I don't want to get married.
I would first try to understand where this is coming from.
Okay.
Is it because, I don't know, something terrible happened to her friend who got married at 22 and now she's a single mom with 2 children? Or is it because she genuinely just keeps meeting awful guys that are just putting her off the idea of getting married? Or is it because...
That's a good point. Like before you finish, girls don't naturally say those things. They usually say those things because of a bad experience.
Or it could be because she is just following, if social media is still relevant at that time, she's maybe following like ultra feminist personalities, and she's consuming all this nonsense about how you don't need a man in your life, you are self-sufficient and all of that. And maybe she's watching movies or listening to podcasts that just keep trashing men. So you need to understand where this is coming from. And I would also try to make her see things that she's not seeing. For example, she might be happy right now where she is, but she might be ignoring the future.
Right.
Maybe she's listening to things that are relevant to white people, non-Muslims, and they don't apply to us.
But what if this is just a product of her own understanding of herself? That she is just happy the way things are and she doesn't want that to change.
But you're happy now. Are you going to be happy and satisfied and fulfilled when you're 57, unmarried, no children, your parents are long gone, probably you're not going to have any siblings?
We're not going to have a second one?
If it's in Allah's qadar, but...
No, that's a joke.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, well, I don't want to risk getting into a relationship where I could probably end up divorced, miserable, maybe abused. And why take that chance and risk when, like, alhamdulillah, things are good for me right now?
Why go to school when you could end up, I don't know, investing 5 years, paying 100K, and then not find a job in that field? Why get out of bed and leave the apartment if you could get hit by a car?
Oh, come on. Now we're going to extreme situations.
No, because, like, why are you already assuming that you're going to marry the wrong guy? Your father and I are going to help you and guide you to find the right person. We are going to be here for you. And we're not going to allow anyone to abuse you or leave you in such a situation. I think this is our cat announcing he's hungry, even though he just had dinner.
Why did he turn his back to us?
Because he's guiding us to the treat cabinet. Okay, Kiwi, you have to wait.
Kiwi Habibi. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize that people who come to these conclusions are usually doing so as a result of things like social media, these feminist movements, or like things in their environment. They don't naturally come to these conclusions.
Maybe their parents had a terrible marriage and all they knew growing up was just fighting and shouting and breaking glass and
Yeah.
Hey, if you have a story to tell, we'd love to have you on. Here you'll find a safe space of listeners who can understand what you're going through. Just shoot us an email with a summary of your story at info@halalmatch.ca.
How much of a role do you think as parents we should play in finding Layla and match? Like, as soon as she turns 18, should we just start putting on our binoculars and start hunting? Or should we kind of trust our daughter to lead us in and let us know when she's married? Because, of
She's
course,
married?
let us know when she's ready.
Okay.
Because we already know the risk with that comes 28, 29, 30, maybe beyond 30, and she's still not married. And all this time we've just been letting her lead the carriage, right?
Yeah.
So what do we do? Where's the balance?
I'm not going to lead her into marriage. I'm not going to let her lead. I'm going to walk next to her.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Very eloquently put.
Thank you. I'm going to start talking to her about like, guys and marriage and all of that from way before 18.
Okay.
Boundaries, haya, all of that, right? So it's not like one day you wake up and you decide to start talking about it.
Okay.
Right? The importance of marriage in our deen and whatever, all of that.
Right.
And I'm gonna be searching with her, putting the idea in her head and searching with her. And maybe I'm gonna see a good guy, I'll approach him. Maybe I'm gonna hear about an event that I see is like planned well and I trust the organization and all of that. I'm gonna be pushing her to go. Or maybe not pushing her, introducing her, encouraging her, all of this. I'm not gonna be passive about it.
No.
And I'm not going to push her to get married if I feel she's not ready, she's not mature enough.
Right. I feel that when she turns 18, I'm going to be searching myself. And if I find a guy, then I'm going to talk to her about it and say, hey, here's a guy. I know you. I've talked to him and I feel like your values align. I feel like you might find him attractive. Let me know what you think. And if it's a no, it's a no. Like you said, I'm not going to be passive about it. I'm not going to necessarily put all my faith and trust in her to lead the process. I'm going to be actively searching for her.
Yeah.
And that's our job as parents. Because the problem that we've seen a lot with parents is that, number one, they put too much pressure on education and that being like the first criteria or the first step in order to be ready for marriage, which is a big problem. But parents, if they are taking an active role in finding their daughter match, they're doing it with on these unnecessary filters in mind, culture, occupation, and things like that.
Yeah.
So yes, we should be actively involved as parents from the age of 18, but also keeping in mind the expectations and needs. So first step is understand, what is our daughter attracted to?
Yeah.
What does she find admirable, respectable? Who has the similar core values to what our daughter has, right?
Yeah.
Things like that.
You know, speaking about education, like a part of me almost hopes she doesn't go for a professional degree. A part of me almost hopes she becomes a painter or a photographer.
A pianist.
We
talked about being a pianist,
Yeah.
An
Because
artist,
I feel like in our Muslim community, there's just so much pressure on getting like professional degrees and all of that, that leaves little room to creativity. Either you become a businessman or a doctor, like either professional degree or a businessman.
Yeah, but then that also comes at a price too, because I mean, there's a reason people say if you want to be poor, become an artist.
I guess. So that's why we're privileged to actually have a daughter that she doesn't have to worry about providing for a family. She can pursue whatever she wants without that pressure of having to support a family.
Exactly, because the husband's obligation to provide.
Yeah. But whatever money she makes, I would encourage her to contribute, of course.
Yeah. Plus, this world definitely needs more artists.
Yes.
We need more artists. We have enough scientists, doctors. Not to say that those professions aren't important and that we don't need those professions, but empathy, compassion you don't derive that from these professions, in my opinion.
Yeah.
People
No,
may disagree.
definitely.
People may disagree, but I don't think you derive that from. I mean, we're more advanced in today's day and age than we've ever been in history,
Right.
right? And yet we still got genocide happening.
Yeah.
We still got God, like pedophilia happening on a more global scale than we ever thought.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
And if we really want people to develop and instill a sense of empathy, I feel like it starts with art. It really does.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you. What are 3 qualities, or even 5 qualities that would be deal breakers for you besides marriage? Like, if a guy has this quality, you would never let your daughter marry him. Besides somebody who doesn't pray, somebody who's like abusive.
Besides that, God, okay. I think a guy that has complete disregard for his health, like someone who's morbidly obese, has no regard or interest for eating right, so just eats junk food 24/7. So just under the umbrella of unhealthy habits. No gym routine. No, I'm not talking about he has to be a fitness nut, but like some physical routine, some regard for eating right. So that would be a deal breaker for me. Somebody who has no regard for physical health.
Yeah, of course. They're just digging an early grave for themselves.
Exactly. So that's a deal breaker for me. God, you put 5.
Or 3, whatever you feel like.
Okay. Number 2 would be somebody who is uneducated. Now, when I say uneducated, that doesn't necessarily mean they don't have a high school diploma. Because I know plenty of people who have a high school diploma, but they're just completely clueless about the world. So for me, especially now, somebody who is clueless about, now, God forbid, this isn't happening in 18, 20 years, but clueless about what's happening in Palestine. Like if Layla was 18 right now, or let's say 20, and a guy was interested in her, and he had no clue what the hell's going on, that there's a genocide going on.
Maybe he grew up in the jungle.
That you shouldn't be drinking Pepsi and Coke, and you shouldn't be eating McDonald's. That's a deal breaker for me. I mean, like, what? You've been living under a rock for the past 3 years?
No, I was in prison for the past 18 years.
Like, even people in prison, I'm sure they would still know what's going on. So that's a deal breaker for me. Somebody who is socially clueless, politically clueless. You don't have to be a political scientist, but at least know what the hell's going on in the world, right? And what you can do as a human being, as a Muslim, to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
All right? So what is that, number 2?
No, 3.
3,
Yeah.
Okay. I think 3 is enough.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Someone who's misogynistic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Someone who has a bigger ego than their head.
Okay.
I really hate people full of themselves. Like, it just like boils my blood. Seriously. Like, I feel like punching them, I swear.
Like a Donald Trump?
No, even less. No, Donald Trump is...
He's an extreme narcissist.
Narcissist, yeah. A Zionist, of course.
Oh, come on.
Imagine.
That's an easy one. That's a no-brainer.
Someone who's stingy.
Oh, yeah. You really hate that.
Not just me, all women. And there are ways to test it, by the way.
What if she's okay with it? What if Layla is okay with it?
Because she might be just infatuated and just emotions leading her judgment. But living with a stingy person, like, you really don't want to marry a stingy person. Okay. I think all or most women would agree.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. And it's one of the most difficult traits to change.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone who doesn't respect their parents. Like, I would notice how they treat their parents, how they talk to their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're not respecting the person who gave birth to them, are they going to respect my daughter? No.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
And someone who's cruel to animals.
Yeah,
I would
you
never.
have a really big soft spot for
not
animals.
I have a big spot for animals and for elderly. Like most people would say they have a weak spot for children. I do too. But I feel elderly and animals are the most vulnerable in our community, in our society. So someone who's just being cruel to a helpless creature, I can't trust them with my daughter and her children in the future.
Yeah, I think I might have to add that to my deal breakers too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they don't have to be a cat lover, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not necessarily a cat lover. I'm not.
But
I'm not a cat
Kiwi
hater.
turned you. He converted you.
That's up for debate.
Yeah.
A conversation for another day.
Why didn't you wake up at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. to change him, not change him, to feed him and wipe his bum after he uses the litter box?
To shut him up, so he stops nagging,
Well, you can just like close the door.
and then he would start scratching the door.
Okay, no, I think secretly, deep down, you love him.
If it makes you happy to believe that, then okay.
Okay, he was happy.
Okay, so hopefully this gives you guys some insight as to what parents are thinking. I don't know if we are different than other parents that you are meeting when you are trying to get married, to whether you're a single guy or a single girl. But it's nice to kind of have a shift in perspective, especially as parents.
Yeah.
And if you guys are parents with children, you're listening to this episode, hopefully this resonated with you.
Let us know what's your list of deal breakers.
Do you have deal breakers? Are they realistic or unrealistic deal breakers?
Yeah.
Are ours unrealistic? Let us know.
Yeah. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Until next time.
Assalamu alaikum.